What up, YouTube family? Man, y'all got me really out here making these vids, man. Whew. Yo, let's get started. Okay, so this the third episode. Man, I did like three. Y'all know I'm doing. I still got the same shirt on, so I gotta do all the episodes I can and just upload them bad boys so we can go ahead and get started. I'm probably gonna do like I said 4. I'm gonna go ahead and go for 5. I'm gonna go ahead and go for 5. Lightweight. Yeah, buddy. Okay, let me stop. Um, so here's the thing. This episode brought to you by nobody because I don't have a sponsor. But anyways, so what we gonna do is we gonna kind of talk about a subject that not a lot of people talk about. Okay? And I got some really good theories on this. Okay? And it's how the universe started. How life started, how existence came to be. And basically I'm taking everything that I learned, okay? Cuz I used to be a Christian. I'm not anymore. So just a little background on that. I want to say I'm more spiritual. I'll just put it that way. And basically lately I think the knowledge just came upon me to think outside the box, right? We talked about in the last episode how, these secret societies and families don't want, they have that knowledge that they don't want to share because they rather you serve a God that doesn't want you to be a free thinker than for them to tell you the truth about everything. So, and the truth couldn't stay hidden for too long. It couldn't stay hidden for too long. Because if you notice, they said the last shall be first and the first shall be last. And they said that a lot of people are going to turn away from Christianity. Now, we're going to touch on that subject sooner or later. And the thing is, I don't want Christians to do like they normally do and just get mad and start lashing out. And no. If you don't agree with my theory, say why you don't agree with it. Come up with your own answers to counteract the theory. Don't just cry like a little baby about it. That's blasphemy. Yeah, you say blasphemy when you don't have an answer. You say something's wrong when you don't have an answer. You say it's evil when you don't have an answer. It's easy to say something's evil when you don't have an answer. And that's the reason why we have theory. Because I want to create this as a place for anybody of any background. It doesn't matter you Christian, Muslim, like I said, Taoist, Buddhist, Taoist, any of that. If you have something that you want to add to the conversation, your own theories that you want to add to the conversation, and then we can get together and actually research those. Because then I can come back in later episodes and be like, hey, this person brought up this theory. Let's look into this theory. Hey, matter of fact, any theory that you want me to go ahead and look into and come up, with my own theory about it, hey, just put it in the comments down below. We'll go ahead and take a look at it. Because this is basically, I want to create a community of people that can just, I know I don't have that many views right now or subscribers, but I want to create a community of people who they see stuff out there. They've always wondered about stuff. And just to have a place to be able to come to and actually speak on that without judgment. You know what I'm saying? Without the animosity that you would get out there. There's a lot of people who speak about conspiracies. They really can't get it out there. And now, the reason why I'm bringing this up, because a big conspiracy, a big theory that I'm going to come up with is how the universe was created. Now, we say in the Bible, I shouldn't say we. They say in the Bible that, how did they put it? The universe was void and dark, and God said, let there be light, and there was light, and it was good. Or God said, let there be light, and it was good. Or something like that. To that effect. Here's my thing, and this what I think. This is my theory. That's only partly right. Okay, let's hit these lights up real quick. There we go. A little bit more brightness. My main theory about how the universe is created is, what if we take all those truths and put them together? So here it goes. So there is a realm of existence outside the universe that is nothing but conscious energy, because energy can be neither created nor destroyed but by the creator herself. Notice I said her. And the thing is that energy cannot directly interact with matter. You see what I'm saying? And I'll get into that in a moment, and then it might blow your brain out, because like I said, this theory it's gotten to me. Now, say for instance, electricity, that's pure energy, right? When electricity hits your skin, which is matter, what does it do? It burns, right? Energy destroys matter, right? Which is the reason why us being spiritually conscientious beings have to have bodies made of matter in order to interact with the universe, which is matter and antimatter. Because see, in order for things to exist, everything has to have a balance, because it exists within a realm instead of existing outside the realm. You see what I'm saying? So this is my theory. In the beginning, there was nothing but energy, nothing but this conscious realm in which all consciousness exists, but it was not aware of its existence, okay? And the first conscious to ever become aware of its existence became the God, the creator of the universe, okay? Because it was the first aware conscious within this realm, and it was able to take over all conscientious energy and control it. Now, here's the thing. Matter and energy cannot interact with each other. So the universe, say for instance, energy is like this color. It's like a cloud of color. Green, bluish, yellowish, right? And it's just constantly moving, all right? And it's the conscious, right? Now, matter cannot directly interact with consciousness. So what the creator had to do was she had to create a pocket within this realm of nothingness, which is the reason why the universe is dark, because it is pure. It is not chaos. Remember, I told you I was going to talk about this. Most people think the universe, because it's black, is chaos. That's another way to trick you into thinking that anything black is evil, okay? But it's not. The truth of the matter is, I shouldn't say truth. In my theory of the matter is that with energy not being able to directly contact with matter, you have to create a separate space for matter to exist. So energy had to move out of this space. So you have energy all around. And what the creator done was the creator moved that energy to create this black void within the realm of existence itself, which is the actual universe. Now, nothing exists inside this universe, right? So we have the fifth dimension, which is energy. And what happened is when the universe was created, it's created as a plane, which is the first dimension. Then it got the width, the second dimension. Then it got the depth, and it became this three-dimensional space. So it started out with the first dimension, second dimension, third dimension, okay? And in these dimensions, once the universe reached the third dimension, what happened is, in order for matter to exist, the creator converted energy into matter. Right? Now, how the creator did that was she went through the fourth dimensional wall. The fourth dimension is basically, like I said, this is my theory. The fourth dimension is basically a gateway from the fifth dimension into the third dimension. The fourth dimension is a transitional gateway. It's the same gateway people go when they die. It's the same gateway they come through when they're born. Okay? So you have the universe. You have the noon. Okay? And from the noon comes is our conscious, and our conscious, in order for it to exist within this realm, in order for it to exist within the realm, we have to be born within a body, a shell from within the realm itself. Okay? Now, once that body reaches maturity, then our conscious goes through the fourth dimensional gate and enters directly into the body while it's in the womb, which is the reason why some children actually have memories of actually being within the womb. Okay? Now, when we think about it in that form of direction, right, it kind of breaks it down a lot easier. So you have the universe, which is the third dimensional plane. You have the fourth dimensional gate, and then you have the fifth dimension where all consciousness exists. That's where we are trying to get back to, is the fifth dimension. It's hard to say why the creator decided to do this, but the creator, she did this. Okay. So what's happening is that when we look at our brains, okay, I'm not going to go into deep scientific depth about it, but our brains sit in a type of semio fluid, okay, because really the brain itself is made of this super gushy. If you ever held a brain in your, okay, I know this sounds weird saying this, but if you ever held a brain in your hand, for some of those who do, the brain is so soft it just falls apart. It feels like it's about to fall apart. Okay? Because the brain is made specifically to handle the electrical currents of energy that goes throughout the brain. That's why we have trillions and trillions of synapses firing within the brain, because that energy that's firing within the brain is our conscious energy that comes from the fifth dimension. Remember, we're energy beings. Okay, we are spiritual beings living a human experience. So our spirit cannot directly come in contact with matter, because believe it or not, it will destroy it. That's why you see a lot of these movies where they talk about people being possessed by demons and stuff like this and that. The demon is just a negative energy, not evil. It's a negative energy. And when that negative energy enters the body, if it stays within the body too long, because see, the negative energy don't know how to just stay within the conscious. It can't, because it's already occupied. The brains are occupied. So what this negative energy has to do is it has to try to control the body directly by using the nerves within the body, but it can't do it too long, which is the reason why the body starts to deteriorate, because you basically having negative energy interacting with matter. That's my theory. So the brain has to be created in a certain way, right? Somebody probably thinking he's high. No, I'm not high. I'm perfectly fine. But like I said, it kind of opens up your mind when you kind of think about this stuff. And so what happens is that our brains get this energy, and because of the way our brain is made, it can handle this energy as long as the energy does not touch matter. That's the reason why it has to sit. That's the reason why the brain is super soft, to be able to handle the energy. The brain is made out of a special material that you really can't find too much in other parts of the body within an abundance in the way it is. You see what I'm saying? And what happened is that with the brain doesn't sit anywhere. The brain is actually floating in your skull. Okay? Which, let me explain this. When people get concussions, right? When you get a concussion, it's basically the brain hitting the wall of the skull, which, guess what it does? In most cases, it knocks you out. There's people who had concussions who didn't get knocked out. But in most cases, it can knock you out, make you dazed or something like that. Why? Because what's happening is that those synapses within the brain got disturbed, because when the brain hit the skull, which is hardened matter, it got disrupted. The flow got disrupted, and it caused you to just boom, lose consciousness sometimes. Okay, now when we are born and die, we go through that dimensional gate. I'm gonna tell you why that dimensional gate is important for us to go through. Because in the beginning, matter did not exist, right? So what happened was, matter comes from energy. So the creator took some of the energy within this realm And when it passed through the dimensional fourth gate, right into the universe. So you have the fifth dimension up here, and you have the third dimension right here, down here in this area, right? And then this area right here is the fourth dimensional gate in which energy goes through. When the energy went through that fourth dimensional gate and came into the universe, it got converted into matter, right? And when it got converted into matter, it was so dense that it exploded, right? And every single piece of matter in the universe was created within that millisecond. And that's where your light comes from. When God said, let there be light, it was actually an explosion within the universe, what they call the Big Bang, okay? So, oh, now y'all thinking, wait, what? Did he just compare the Big Bang to that? Think about it. You got scientists who said there's some type of proof, which we already know they didn't find that answer on their own. We know they got that answer from somebody. Not me, but you know where they got that answer from. Aliens. Okay, so when we look at it, if we was to put the science, because science is basically just an explanation of the spiritual anyways. When we take and some scientists don't even realize that. But there's a lot of scientists out there who's actually Christian, and they really don't mention them being Christian because they feel like it's conflict. Anyways, so that's the reason why in science, when we say the Big Bang and how this explosion of the universe happened now, and how we say in the Bible how God said let there be light and it was good, it's because the Creator brought energy into the universe to create matter. Now, this would happen. In order for the universe to stay existent within a third dimensional realm, there has to be balance. So as matter is being created, going through the fourth dimensional gate, in that explosion, an equal explosion happened, which created antimatter. Now, a lot of scientists say there's more antimatter in the universe than there is matter. I don't believe that. My theory is there's the same amount of antimatter in the universe that there is matter. So for every matter, there's antimatter. So while we're thinking our universe is big and vast and this and that, we probably got planets out there that are the size of the Milky Way, who have a gravitational force so powerful, but there are probably beings in the universe who can handle that much gravity. So if they come here on Earth, they can probably be able to fly. Their skin probably be like super hardened like steel. You see what I'm saying? And they probably be able to move at supersonic sub speeds. But if they do that, they probably destroy the Earth because they're that strong and that powerful. So it's like training like 100 times gravity, and then you come back to Earth and like nothing can really mess with you because your body's so used to that pressure being on it, and it got hardened skin because of it. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like when we go to the moon, how we're able to float, that same thing. But here we can't. So my theory is that when the universe was created, matter went through the fourth dimension. Oh, this is deja vu. Matter went through the fourth dimensional gate into the third dimensional universe, split into two, matter and antimatter, in order to create balance within the universe and keep the universe as whole. Okay? Now, within this matter, the universe, within this matter of the universe, the Creator took and used the universe as if it was a canvas to paint on. So imagine matter is paint and the universe is the canvas, right? And you throw all this paint onto the canvas, right? Which is matter. But then the space on there is the antimatter. So what you do is you take it and you're like, okay, I got all this paint. Now let me make something of it. Let me form it. Let me give it an image, right? And that's what the Creator did with the universe. That's my theory. My theory is the Creator basically used energy, turned it into matter, antimatter, gave antimatter a purpose, described matter, broke it down, gave each individual atom, each individual proton, neutron, electron, quartz, God particle, whatever we want to call it, gave it all the purpose. Now, when we mention God particle, the reason why we say God particle, we're not realizing if the creator of the universe is everything and everything in it is of its creation, that means that she is within everything, which is what they describe as the God particle. The God particle has her signature in everything. It's sort of like how a woman gives birth to a child. That child has your DNA in it. It's the same thing the creator did with the universe. The universe has the creator's DNA in it. You know what I'm saying? So she starts to mold everything, right? And creates this big, vast universe, right? With different creatures, different beings, and all these beings and creatures have a conscious. But like the Matrix, there has to be things created in order for the conscious to interact with. So you got your animals, you got your trees, your plants, your clothes, and all of that type of stuff. Now remember, we are originally herbivores. The plant, we come from our bodies are molded, so they say, from the earth. Now, if we was to look at it that way, who's to say that Anunnaki didn't come here and use part of the earth in order to create man as clay, as from clay, right? Now, they don't mean we were literally created from the dirt. What they mean is that, well, and what a lot of people are not realizing is that matter is finite, which means we're going to have the same properties of the earth. We're carbon-based life forms. So carbon is in the earth. We have nitrogen, oxygen in us. Nitrogen and oxygen are part of the earth, right? We have close to 98% DNA as a banana anyways, but does that mean we're descended from bananas? No, because matter is finite. It was designed to be finite on purpose, because remember, this universe is only temporary. So it's only created to be finite on purpose. So there's only a finite amount of matter that exists within the universe. Okay? And so when the creator created the universe, that's what she did. She created a finite amount of matter, and she used that finite amount of matter to mold everything. Okay? So that's just my theory of how the universe was created. Tell me your theories on how you think the universe was created. You know, let me know what's going on, because, you know, at the end of the day, you have to realize they're watching you.